All right, what's up, y'all? Sorry about that. I think it's raining pretty good out there, but we've never had this issue before as far as losing connection from rain. But who knows? I think I was saying something. I don't even remember what I was talking about. Hey, what's up, Big G? Oh, I remember what I was talking about. I watched the Boys episode. I literally was just rambling because I thought on my end it looked like everything cleared up, but it didn't. So, yeah, I wasn't ready for that episode at all. Uh, can y'all hear me? Am I live? Am I still good? So I put a dark line around everything. I don't know where I picked this up at. And I've been doing it for a long time, even before I started drawing with blue pencil. When I was drawing just with regular graphite pencil, I would always put a thick line around whatever I was drawing. I don't know, I think it just puts everything in one spot. Cool. I feel like I find myself just sitting there going, I know, right? Hey, Owens, you had asked about the Blue Lines project. What did you mean? Like when I started drawing with blue pencil, or because I do have a Blue Lines Project Facebook page, and if you're referring to that, that was more of just like trying to just get all artists together who do stuff and just to promote whatever they do, really. Nothing serious, but and then I stopped it because someone else is doing something similar to that. Actually, my mentor. So I kind of just thought it was kind of like beating a dead horse, if you will. And so I want just to talk about kind of this little part here. And I was doing a little bit up in here, but especially for this part, because these are kind of hidden. So I ain't gonna say it don't matter, but it really, you wouldn't be really looking. But here, because there's only 2 little berries, because I know they're kind of like blackberries or something, I want to keep this part here with a highlight. So when I hit this real dark on this edge, this still pops off, if that makes sense. So I'll go in and kind of make this dark like this. And then it kind of fades out over here. Because this flower is casting a shadow on that berry. But now here I can go dark again. And now you can just read that better, right? You can tell there's maybe a shine. It could be a secondary light right there or whatever, but you can just read it better, even if it's a black and white grayscale picture. Because I mean, if it was color, you would see like the different fades from like a dark red or a black to a purple to a lighter purple to a blue or something. But since I don't do color as often, I need to be able to sell it black and white. Or in this case, blue. That's what's up, Owens. That's it, man. You just got to keep practicing. That's all. I've been drawing for a long time, man. And I never stop, right? You know, because I always hear my dad, whenever I talk to him, whenever I get a chance to, and he knows like I've taken the whole drawing thing serious and that's my income now. And then he'll always tell me, you know, oh, I could draw too. I used to draw all the time, and which is cool because I obviously got it from somewhere. But you know, he just didn't keep doing it. So hence, you know, you don't use it, you lose it type of thing. So now I want to put another flower here. See, I had some reference pulled up over here. I think start this one kind of right here. But yeah, like I was saying, I draw all the time, and I've never really stopped. Do, 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 do. And then you kind of just make it into your job, right? I think last week or the week before we were talking, and someone was saying, for them, the art isn't about the money. And that's cool, because it can get, you know, I don't know what word I'm looking for, maybe taxing, but I'm very fortunate, one, that I'm a tattoo artist and I get to draw different stuff all the time on people, or commission stuff, right? And it's because I've been doing it so long, I can draw what I want to draw in my own style. So like, people know when they ask me to commission something or whatever, they're going to get, one, blue lines, but two, get what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to be like, oh, take it or leave it. I've just done this a long enough time to where now I can say I don't want to do that, or this is not my style, or whatever. But I'm still able to sustain a living off of what I do. But yeah, just keep at it, man. Put this one up here. Alright, then we can, my bad, start bringing his other scales back over here. I'm gonna pull out some because this is, And so you don't want, what I'm doing here is, oh, no doubt. What I'm doing here is I don't want it all to just go whoop, whoop, whoop. Like I want some overlapping stuff. So I'll just cut in. And because, again, this stuff here isn't as dark as this stuff, I'm not going to erase anything. I'll just make it work. So I want some stuff overlapping. I want one to just poke out of nowhere. But then I'll keep continuing to do the rest of these. And then some will kind of blend through here. And so his tentacles will be like the edge. So again, this is, I'm designing this for a tattoo. And I guess once I get done, whatever I do next week, I'll show you in my iPad how I set this up. Like I'll have a picture of someone's thigh or upper arm or something, and then I'll just superimpose this image onto their that body part. But this is the back end of it. So, you know, imagine, let's see if I can pull out I can't pull out anymore, but, you know, imagine an arm or a thigh like that. It would probably be bigger, and his face would wrap around just a little more. But the whole thing would be centered with the femur or the upper, whatever the upper arm bone is called. Michelle, help. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. And then all this is the edge of the end of the piece. And then I may do a few balls of similar to these up here above his head here. And then some berries and stuff over here. And then we'll bury it up here, kind of like I've done down here. We'll put some stems to get those up there. Yeah, that's it. Yes, ma'am. Upper arm. Drinks got me feeling a little nice right now. And so when I'm drawing, or when anyone is drawing, what you're supposed to do is start from the side and work this way. For whatever reason, I've been working from this side a lot lately and going this way. And so if I'm over here drawing and my hand is resting over here, there's a chance I'm gonna smear this. So you usually see people with a piece of paper over this, so when they're drawing, the hand doesn't smear the drawing or blend it together or do whatever. And that's the same with tattooing, right? I know y'all don't know, but the way you tattoo, I think, is probably why I've been drawing this way, because when I'm tattooing, let's say I'm tattooing this piece, I need to start here. And so when I pull a line and I wipe, I'm wiping away and I'm not messing with the rest of this. So the stencil is up here and I'm starting to put ink in the skin here. I tattoo white, tattoo white, tattoo white. And I think that's probably why I've been drawing this way as well. It's just because it becomes a habit. I think I read something. I think if you do something for 30 days or something like that, it becomes a habit, or maybe a little longer. But and I've been tattooing for a while now, so it's definitely a habit. But in general, you should always start over here, so when you come this way, you don't mess the picture up. All right, I'm gonna zoom in some. Start working on these tentacle thingies. I think this is like hair in general for me. I hate doing hair. But it needs to be done, so. And if I ever do this tattoo, this is gonna be a pain in the ass, just right off the bat. There's no easy way to do this. I'm gonna have to pull each line, so, but it'll turn out dope, so there's that. That makes sense. You don't have to worry about smudging the line. Yeah, exactly. And so even with this, right, now that I'm thinking, if I'm gonna have to rework something, I think I may put another flower here, because if these flowers are in front and then all of a sudden this just pops in the back, how does that work? Now, granted, it could just stop here and then just pop back over here, because I want to see this stuff. I want to see his tentacles, but does that make sense? Now what I could do is put a few berries here and then put some berries or something under here to show there's some depth happening, right? Like he's actually inside the flowers and peeking out or whatever. But I think if I just leave it like that, I don't sell it right, if you will. So I think if I put a berry here and a berry here, maybe one more here, behind here, just one, and maybe a couple under here. Because like I said, I want to see that stuff. I want to see the tentacles come out. And then maybe a leaf or something coming out here. Here, there's something coming out here. And so this is the design process, right? As I can't say that I hate drawing here, but it's more so drawing. Yeah, that's true. I just hate hair in general. I'm not gonna lie. And so here, this is a design process of what I'm going through. And as a working artist, this is the stuff you get paid for, right? You get paid for the finished product and all that stuff too, right? But what people fail to realize is that you're designing something, right? And that is just like if you were working for IBM or something and you're a programmer, you're figuring out how to make that program work. You don't want any mistakes to happen when someone opens the program. You don't want it to crash. You got to figure out how to write code and all that stuff. So it's the same with this. I'm figuring out stuff to make it look believable and that'll look right. And there's a lot of folks that, you know, art in general is like, oh, you can draw, that's great. And you kind of get like this, I guess, air of you're just scribbling. You know, anybody can scribble, anyone can draw type of thing. But, you know, your thought process is what you're really getting paid for. Because they see the finished work. Like if you post stuff or if you've been selling stuff, people see the end result. And it's like, okay, yeah, we'll pay for that. But also you're getting paid to think stuff through and how letters should fall and what, you know, space and how much space that they take up. So that you charge people for that stuff too, your time and your thoughts and your energy that you're putting into this to make a really dope piece. So I'm gonna work on this more here and I'll probably finish up some of this stuff. I'm gonna let this marinate because I'm not sure if I want to just do these circles or actually put a flower here to join the rest of that stuff. I'm leaning more towards just the berries because I think that'll work. And so I may have the berries kind of like in between his tentacles. So like you got a berry here, I have one tentacle here and one on top, and then some coming out here, and then maybe one more on. So I don't know, I'm still thinking of this, but I think adding another flower here, I feel like it would be too much. So yeah, I'm gonna figure that out. So it's just not the technical skill that makes a working artist, but the ability. Yeah, because I mean, you know, for the most part, like I said, people when they hear artists, it's like, oh, you just draw, cool. I want this, and they'll, you know, be like, that's great, you draw. But yeah, it's a lot more than just because you want it to be dope and you want them to be happy. But there's a process to everything, and that process, you should be getting paid for it. You know, even if you're not a working artist, you still are an artist, and you're thinking of, okay, I want Goku to come through here, and how does that look? You know, is his arm foreshortened right, or whatever the case is. You thinking of stuff is just as valuable as the finished product. Because think of, like I said, programmers, think of Microsoft, right? Microsoft Word. So Microsoft has tons of programs, but Word in general, someone had to sit down and think of every aspect of that and then make it work. And then at the end product is Microsoft Word. And programmers get paid crazy money, right? Especially for them bigger companies like Apple and Adobe and Microsoft and whoever else. And just because they're creating programs, and I'm not, you know, saying anything negative about them, but your thought process is just as valuable as theirs. It's just, you know, half of the world uses those products. Half of the world doesn't need art. So, and that's another thing. You have to make people think you need what you're doing. And that's a very hard thing to do. As an artist, people don't need drawings. People don't need tattoos, right? Now, I'm fortunate that we're in this type of era that tattoos are popular. And for the most part, I can just post something and people will be like, oh, that's pretty dope, I want something. Or they just want a tattoo. But you don't need a tattoo. You know what I'm saying? You need to eat and you need to pay rent. You need medical. You need whatever else human needs are. So now I have to make people think they either need or really want a tattoo really bad, or really want a drawing really bad. And that's I think that's a skill in itself. Companies need Microsoft Word. They need Outlook to carry on with their everyday business. So yeah, they'll pay Microsoft the big dollars to have all that software. And then that's just where the hustle comes in, right? You have to hustle. As an artist, you have to figure out and make people think, like I said, they need something. So, you know, how you word certain things and how you deal with just different people. And you just have to really put yourself out there, because you're going to get a lot of no's. But if you keep plugging away and plugging away, it'll pay off. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day. And then when tattooing isn't a thing anymore, I'll have to figure out something else. You know what I'm saying? I'll have to make people think they need art. And because I'm an artist, I think we all need art in general, right? But again, what we need is to eat. We need food and a place to live. So, you know, I'm just riding a tattoo wave right now. Who knows? It may last forever. I don't know. I mean, tattoo's been around forever, so we'll cross that bridge when I get there. But it's all about the hustle, really, I think. And sorry, I know I'm rambling, but and so what I'm doing here, I'm gonna zoom in some, is that because there's a lot of tentacles happening here, and they're darker than his skin. So I want to show that, but I also want to show them almost individually. So some of them will be, you know, here it's a little darker because this part of his head cast a little shadow here. But then the ones way in the back will be a little darker. And then these will be just a little bit lighter. And as I keep coming forward, so they're all like jammed in there all kind of ways or whatever. So the ones way back here will be really dark. Shadows will almost go all the way up there because these are also casting shadows as well. So if it's all knotted up like that, and you can see like right here, I can't show you because I don't have another hand, but this finger, you can see it casting a shadow. You can see this hand casting a shadow, or this finger, because the light is coming from this way. So that's kind of what I'm doing here, right? Is we got this one in the front, so I'm gonna make him cast a shadow over that one. I'm casting a little shadow over here because this one isn't exposed as much. I'll just color that all the way dark. And then same here. This one is all the way back there, so he gets pretty much almost a shadow. And then it'll come up through here, or maybe it's just a short one. I don't know. There's a little shadow that'll be casted here. And then under here, there's a little shadow. So I'm trying to show depth is what I'm saying. Yeah, man. Amen. All about the hustle. And yeah, I agree, man. You know, just the way things are, I think art definitely puts people in a certain space, and they, you know, you can sit there and think about stuff. And I mean, you're an artist, Eddie, so I know you know what I'm talking about. I don't even want to mess your name up. What's going on? Nesme? Yuris Nesme? We'll just say Cruz. What's going on, man? Try to draw Felicia from Darkstalkers. I can put that on the list. Somebody else asked for some Wu-Tang stuff, so we'll keep the Darkstalkers in mind. but it is. It's all about the hustle. Yeah, the more I'm doing this, the more I think I'm gonna do the three bears here, and then just have some of these go in and behind and all that stuff like that. And I think this one here, I'm gonna have it shoot up through here first, and then have this one come over it. And then he'll fall back under here. And then I want this one to come over it. My bad, y'all can't even see that. So right here, I'm saying I'm layering it. So I want this one to go under this one. See it again, then go under this one. And then he'll pop out here, and he'll be under this one a little bit. All that said, if I bring him here, bring this one down here, and then this one will go behind this guy. And so I kind of know what I want right here. And so now I know I can just make him dark a little bit, because I'm not sure what's going to happen under here, right? So I don't want to get too carried away with the darkness, because I still want you to be able to tell this is popping out through there. And so if I bring a little shade here, a little shadow under here. And I can probably go really dark in here, because there's more things goes under there, but we really don't need to see what's under there. Because this one here is behind this one, you'll get a little darkness and then start fading out because it pops out to the front here. And then the rest of these, I can just throw them in there any kind of way, almost. So we want this one to come here, this one here. And then we could do another one, right? In the front, kind of like that one. So if we bring that here, let's just say there's one coming here, another one here, coming up here. And I think as they get further back, they get a little thicker too. Let's do that. And so I want these two on top, but this one, if I put that one there, this one to come over top of that one. Like this little berry just got caught. And we'll put him on top like that. And then we'll bring this one out here. Put a berry here. And we'll do a little thing here. And so if we put that there, we can make one come out from here. So now he's got berries in his hair, and I think I can live with that one. Yeah. But yeah, man, that's it, y'all. I do appreciate y'all hanging out. It's always good talking with y'all, man. But yeah, just stay focused. You know, it took me a while. Like, so I've been freelancing for well over 20 years, but those 20 years was like on and off, on and off. I wasn't sure if I was going to do this or if I wanted to, you know, draw and really draw for a living. So I had to really sit back. Once I got out the military, and then I was doing odd and end jobs, and you know, at the same time still drawing, and just, you know, if someone was like, oh, can you do a logo, or can you do this, or whatever. It wasn't until after I graduated from SCAD that, you know, I was like, I should try to do this for a living. So like 24/7, I've been doing this for probably 5 to 6 years. Like I said, I've just been freelancing for well over 20. Again, someone just asked me to draw, I don't know, Wonder Woman, or just whatever. You know, it wasn't like here, do this, get back with me, blah blah blah. It was just, I took my time. I would do whatever I wanted to do. I did take logos and certain things I didn't want to do, but it was still more of, I knew my strengths, so this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I can offer. But yeah, it wasn't until maybe 5 or 6 years ago I decided to really just lean in and make a living. So, and I had to focus. I had to sit back and be like, you know, is this what I'm going to do? So, because I worked at Georgia Tech and Georgia State as an IT professional. I worked on computers and done all that stuff. But I didn't want to do that. You know, I always knew I would come back to art at some point. So I transitioned. That's another thing. So if you're doing something like working wherever and you want to do something else, and because I'm an artist, we'll just say if you want to be an artist of any caliber, what you're already doing something else, you need to transition out of it. Like, just don't stop and then like, oh, I'm gonna be an artist and start getting paid. That's not how that works. I've never seen that work for anyone unless they had a bunch of money. So as I was transitioning, I went down to 75% from Georgia State and really started hustling art. And as I seen my art started picking up and people was really trying to mess with me like that, I went down to 50% at Georgia State and then 50% art. And you can kind of see the pattern. Then it was 75% doing art, 25% at Georgia State. And then at some point you just have to let go, right? I was really nervous to let go of Georgia State because, you know, for the most part, I feel like we're trained to steady job, steady paycheck, it's all that stuff, right? I am a contract artist at the tattoo shop. And so there are no benefits and there is no medical and all that stuff. So I have to really, like, is this what I want to do? Cool. Now, fortunately for me, I was in the military, so I do get benefits. But it's a scary thing, man. And you have to really know in your heart that this is what you're going to do and this is what I'm going to do no matter what. But just take your time, man, and plan as best as you can. I mean, plans always get messed up, but and just stick it out. That's all. Eddie spent years writing on nights and weekends until he could make them. Yeah. I mean, years. This is not a quick get rich scheme. This is not, using some magic pencils to draw with or nothing. Like I said, you getting paid for your thought process. And so all that together is where, you charge people or whatever. But it takes a while for all that to happen. Again, I'm rambling. So I do just hope that helps someone, Eddie, the guy who's chatting in the room there, he is a writer, and I'm drawing a blank. He done a video or a board game with dogs, right? And so again, it's really dope, but no one needs that. So now he has to make people want that, and he has to sell it, he has to hustle it, and it takes a long time for that stuff to happen. No doubt. I think I was reading something or watching something where the lady who done Harry Potter, I can't remember her name for whatever reason right now, but she was years and years of just sitting in this coffee shop and on notebooks, designing and thinking of Hogwarts. Like, she's got stacks and stacks of notebooks. And I think that's the dopest stuff ever. But again, it was just years and years of her writing and thinking and planning, and I'm sure she was struggling. So there is some struggle at some point, hopefully, if you're married or, have a spouse or girlfriend or whoever, someone that understands and, they can help along the way. But it's going to be some hard times, man. But I do encourage whoever wants to be an artist full time, talk to folks like me, or you see Eddie here, maybe you can link up with him or something, someone that's already doing it. You need mentors, you need some to see other people, because what I'm doing is not new. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel, right? Someone else has done what I'm doing. I just need to see how they're doing it, and then sit back and think about it seriously and apply it to my life. It's not going to be the exact same way, but it will be something similar because someone else has already done it. So find you some mentors, put in your mind like, hey, this is what I'm going to do, and step, plan, and then execute. That's it. Appreciate y'all for hanging out. I think that's it, man. I will see y'all next week. I will try and do some Wu-Tang. I think I did an ODB a while back too. I'll try and do something different with another ODB. But yeah, I'll see y'all next week, man. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all you guys' support. I appreciate y'all. And have a good evening, man. I'm gonna finish up this drink. That's gonna be it.